You're right, guys. So, just give me 2 seconds and we get the links sent out, and then we can dive straight into it. Hope everyone is doing well. Oh, that's one sent out. Second one. Okay, perfect. Again, guys, we do apologize for how laggy the streams are. As of recently, we are getting them sorted out. Hopefully this week. So yeah, we're making some advancements on fixing the problem. But as long as you guys can hear us, I guess that's the main point to be taken. We've got a couple of trades down the pipeline, so we'll get one out. Yesterday we sent out a Coty long trade. It came back down to support just above our stop loss. Stop loss was at 0.02, so literally just below. We added some margin. It's holding onto the structure very, very nicely. So as long as we're able to hold above this 100 moving average, ideally, we should be good for a potential secondary test of this previous high. If we start breaking down, then unfortunately we'll have to cut the losses short. But yeah, it does look like Bitcoin's making a move back up to the upside. So yeah, let's see what we can get on this trading session this morning. Let's dive straight into it. We haven't sent out any of the updates this morning. We kind of started a bit later on today. So after this live stream, we'll get all the updates out on our account. But nonetheless, obviously, if you're in this live, we'll go through an update with you on here. So let's do that now. So in terms of Bitcoin, we saw failure to continue to break higher. Kind of finding resistance at this liquidity zone that we've obviously been talking about for a while now. Didn't quite touch that 200 moving average, which kind of leaves a space for it to come back up and actually touch it fully. At the moment, obviously, we're seeing a little bit of a pushback up in prices as the dollar index struggles to break higher. And is also at a decent amount of resistance. Now, we didn't get too much price action over the Asia session, but as we move forward, we will start getting more and more, just because of the whole China reopening. So as news progresses on that front, yeah, the Asia sessions will give us a lot more price action. Recently, it's kind of been on and off, but on some of the Asia sessions, we have been getting some decent price action and waking up to a lot of crypto kind of moving. So see how things kind of play out over the course of today. Hopefully, we can catch a nice trade. Obviously, as you can see, Bitcoin came down and tested this level of support just above that 200 moving average on the hourly. So again, we're going to see a bit of structure being built up here. So prices will start to compress, as you can see. It's already doing so. So there's a little bit more room for potential prices to come down to fully test that 200 moving average on the hourly and then potentially rebound. If not, if we break up higher, then again, we'll probably come up and test the liquidity zone again. Again, there's a lot of supply to be captured at this level here, so it wouldn't surprise me if we get another leg up and a test, and then potentially weaken again as supply gets dumped on Bitcoin, and then we'll see a turnaround, a much stronger turnaround. The bulls are looking relatively weak here, so yeah. In terms of the dollar index, as you can see, kind of struggling to break through this level, but we are holding. Okay, so if it does manage to break up and above, your important resistance is this 200 moving average on the hourly. If it manages to flip that over, then it's looking likely that we're going to move much higher, probably around $107. Again, we do have this whole China situation over our heads at the moment, and then obviously we are looking ahead towards that CPI figure coming out next week, as well as PPI this Friday. So yeah, markets are going to set up some structure ahead of that news. So the trade that we had in the pipeline, that we kind of had a little scout out this morning, is ticker symbol RSR. Show you. So it's building up on some nice structure. We are at resistance. So we could potentially get a breakout if Bitcoin decides to make a push up higher. If it manages to do that, then yeah, we should be looking at a break out of this level of resistance and a push back and testing this high back here. So it could be a nice move. Obviously, we're still waiting on um, some volume to come in. Just because it's at a decent level of resistance. But see how things kind of develop on this one, see how Bitcoin's looking. If it's looking like we're going to break out higher on Bitcoin, then we'll get in on this one, go long, and set the stop loss probably just a bit wider than normal. As it could kind of fail, come back down, hold structure, and then see a push back up. If that plays out, then we'll add margin as it comes back down as well. But yeah, hopefully we can get a decent entry on this one as it breaks out higher. We will kind of continue looking for other trades to pop in the pipeline. But yeah, if Bitcoin starts breaking down lower, then we'll get out of our Cozy trade and then kind of scout out some altcoins that are looking a little bit more bearish and looking like they're kind of building up on structure to break out lower from. So yeah, let's see what we can get this morning. I mean, even over the course of yesterday, we weren't getting a whole load of price action. Obviously, we got that dip back down, but again, we weren't looking at it being or sustaining for long. We were expecting things to hold up and then move back up. And the sellers, I mean, there was a decent amount of sell side pressure, but yeah, there's quite a lot of demand beneath. So it's going to take a bit more than what we saw yesterday to make those breaks. So over the course of today, I mean, we haven't got too much data to be coming out either. So it's pretty much free reins for movement. So yeah, structure is going to be built up, and they'll probably get one or two breakouts, more than likely just to get the one. So that's our opportunity to catch some trades on a short-term basis. But yeah, we're not going to get too much price action. Majority of the price action this week is more than likely to come a bit later on in the week. Obviously, today and tomorrow is your big money flow day. So yeah, again, kind of likely to see something move. But just because this market is very much a data-driven market, yeah, it's the markets are literally just going to wait for reports to be coming out, and mainly from the US. The US is basically controlling the movement of the market. So eyes are on obviously the dollar's value and what happens over there. Obviously, it has a huge knock-on impact to the rest of the world. So yeah. Whilst we wait for something to happen, we'll have a little look at some other trades that we could potentially hop in on this breakout. So RSR was looking good. There are a decent amount of altcoins that are just moving on their own accord as Bitcoin kind of breaks through structure itself. So yeah, those are the ones that we kind of want to pop in the pipeline for when Bitcoin does make a move. They will also make a much larger move. So um, yeah, let's have a little look. I think it was Sushi was looking okay. Was holding on to some nice structure, but not seeing too much volume. Buy side volume's very much died down, and a lot more muted than what we got or have been getting recently. So it is showing signs of weakness. Um, bit of news just so we can kind of get in touch as to anything that we've missed out in terms of expectations today. But yeah, anyone joining in on the live stream this morning, welcome. Feel free to ask us any questions that you may have or any TA that you want us to go over. We're more than happy to touch base on all of that for you. So let's see if we can get some volume coming into the market and giving us a break. Yeah, I mean, whichever way it breaks out from here is probably the direction or the more likely direction that it will continue moving into deeper into the week. So yeah, it's not an ideal trading environment to capture larger moves. It's going to be a relatively quick um, trading method until we kind of get some of that data being released and the market's kind of seeing the state of the US economy a bit more in light. But yeah, Coty is the current one that we're in. It's holding on to structure. It's kind of also compressing slightly, as you can see. So it will continue on doing so. So as long as we're able to stay within structure, build up on some volume. Currently, we are getting some more sell side as it's failed to break up higher. So what we'll be looking at is just kind of holding onto potentially more so this level here. If we're able to kind of hold this level and kind of build up and accumulate, um, yeah, we should see a nice push up higher. This was a nice test, a nice reaction. Buyers trying to make the move back up. Obviously, the sellers are kind of turning this around here, so we'll see how well it can continue holding this level. If sellers start to come in hot and fast here, then it does look like we're going to break down lower. Could be looking at a nice AVAX or avalanche short. It's already come and tested that 200 moving average on the 4 hour. I'm seeing some kind of weakening signs of buy side volume coming in. Currently moving slightly back up, not much. So yeah, if the market does decide to break down lower, this could be a potential trade to take for a move down. Let's have a look at how much profit there's left in it to take. About 5% move. It's looking like a potential trade we could take. Let me get it up. So yeah, obviously we're tweeting around this 100 moving average on the hourly. So if the market does break down, we'll definitely break down much lower. Like I said, there's about 5% of a move that we can capitalize on here. It's on the 4 hour that we are able to see a bit better structure. So as you can see, let's get rid of this. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, we've already tested that 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Nice dip down in price, breaking through some structure. So the next move, if it does break down, is to break through here, and then a potential test of that 100 moving average. And there's a nice order block and some liquidity just held at that level. So yeah, that'll be a good point to kind of take some profit there and close our trade. Again, guys, there's going to be relatively short moves in the market today. By the looks of it, there's not going to be too much being offered out here. So at the moment, just because we could move in either direction, we're going to have to get some trades in the pipeline to go either way. So if the market does move down, then AVAX does look like a potential short that we could take. Volume has died down significantly. As you can see here, just complete decline in volume, especially on this last move back up here. It really tailed off. So yeah, if the buyers continue to weaken as they push up slightly higher, yeah, it does look like we're going to try and find some liquidity lower down. So yeah, keep AVAX on the pipeline in terms of going down short. So we're not going to get into too many trades here. So we're just going to handpick some. Those that are joining us on the live stream, welcome. Feel free to ask us anything in the comment section or in the chat. Yeah, if you're wanting a market update, just scroll the live stream back to the start. We always start off by going through a market update, so all the information is at the very beginning. Yeah, the market isn't really doing much. As you can see, we're compressing in price currently. This is the structure that we're currently within. So yeah, we could get a push up or down. At the moment, we are holding this level quite nicely. the dollar index is, well, we're just kind of waiting on dollar index to either break up higher or lower as well. That will then give the direction to the crypto market. So yeah, let's see how things kind of play out here. At the moment, dollar index is very much stalling at the current point. So yeah, we could see a move back down, tap into some liquidity lower down. So yeah, let's see what we can get this morning. And then if we do turn around and go short, AVAX is in the pipeline for short. There's roughly about 5% move there, so 20 times leverage. We could get a nice 100% profit on that one. So yeah, let's see. And just keeping an eye on uh, what the price action is looking like and the likely scenario to play out here. As you can see, we're just getting very, very, very low volume, very slow price action. So um, it's going to continue to compress and try and break through some structure within this structure, and then potentially make a breakout. So we shouldn't be too far away. But yeah, I mean, the dollar index is showing it's not really strong price action. Currently, it's just holding this level of resistance, this liquidity or this order block here that tapped into just over here. So this is a decent point of resistance. So yeah, if it does manage to break, it's more likely to break that 200 moving average on the hourly and then push up higher to the next order block. Um, but yeah, it's just very, very slow this morning. Very, very, very slow price action this morning. We are obviously currently holding this nice level of support on Bitcoin, seeing a decent amount of demand coming in, and the sellers failing to really break through it. So again, just probably going to continue a bit deeper into the structure, compressing, and waiting for some volume to come in to make that breakout, whether it it's up or down. There is a decent amount of resistance, as you can see from the moving averages above. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to see some nice buy side volume coming in to make that break of those moving averages here on the lower time frame. But at the moment, we are holding nicely. So as you can see, AVAX is fading to break through this resistance zone. Where we got support, breakout support, come test as new resistance. So, yeah, we could get and push up into this zone here, tap into some supply, and then see a push back down. But I mean, yeah, the buyers are looking very, very weak here. So as things stand, we are looking at potential shorts on this. But again, kind of waiting on Bitcoin to make a move in the market. Yeah. Also seeing very weak buy side. Yeah. DXY is starting to make a push down. Could be the case that it comes all the way down to that 100 moving average on the 15. If we start breaking through here, then yeah, that's definitely going to put some nice upward pressure on crypto. As you can see, buy side declined. I'm going to get a bit of a pullback, test some support levels, see whether the sellers can materialize here, increase in momentum and volume. But yeah, very, very slow price action. What we will do, because it does look like we're just going to get movement in the New York open session. So bear with us.
starts also with bond restructuring and, of course, some of the deferred, debt payments. Where do you see debt payments and the deferrals actually being resolved? What's the right way forward?
Well, it's an interesting question. This was when we came with a proposal to the investors back in summer. So we had pretty much two things to keep in mind. The first one is that we need to preserve liquidity. Yeah. The second one, that is full uncertainty, and we don't know what will happen in 2 years from now. So that was a proposal from our side to postpone it for 2 years and see what happens. So at the moment in time, we still need liquidity and still have no visibility what will be 2024. So it's hard to say that we have any precise idea at the moment of time, but we keep on being engaged with investors and keep on talking to them and see their view and see their expectations, because in any way, whatever we'll come up with, we view it as really as a previous transaction in coordination with investors and investor-friendly approach.
And this is extremely complicated, of course, because of the ongoing war in Ukraine. But under what conditions do you see a restructuring possible? And would the Ukrainian government insist on a haircut for investors?
It's very early to say, because there are both positive.
We actually get in, but yeah, if we do break below an out of structure on Bitcoin, then we'll be going short on AVAX. Yeah. At the moment, we are currently holding the support level, so we'll see how things kind of play out. But if we do break, ideally, we want to break 1694. If we're able to break through here, and then kind of build up on sell side strength, then it does look like we will be moving down lower. So we'll get in on AVAX.
So we are much more preoccupied now to find all the resources for the 2023 rather than think about payments and 2024. However, yes, we understand why corporates are doing that, because that's the way how to create much more of long-term or mid-term savings in the current environment.
So when you look at the government financing, how much is domestic debt attractive compared to other international financing sources?
Well, domestic debt was a key source for funding for us when the war started, mostly because of the sympathy from domestic both financial institutions, but also the population. So we see now that there are a lot of support through the war bonds by Ukrainian population.
Right. Okay. So you got this signal in case we do break down lower. But I mean, we're really not getting any price action as of now. So what we'll do is we'll cut this live stream here, and we'll come back in on the New York Open for hopefully a bit more movement in the market. But at the moment, obviously, just setting up structure and building up on some orders for its next kind of move and breaking out either up or down. But yeah, so if it does break down lower to either side at the moment, if we do break down in the New York session live stream. So thank you very much for joining us today, this morning. Yeah, the market hasn't really given us anything. So yeah, we look ahead towards where the volume is going to come in on the New York session.